Oh,
All right,
sweet.
so Nick, you are live, and thank you for jumping in today and being so gracious to allow us to see your kind of system and what you've been doing. You've been doing a tremendous job on the dials, and we really appreciate you coming on and kind of telling us your system and how you've been doing it. So take it away.
Excellent. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. And gals. Um, I'm sharing my screen from my phone because Nicole has asked me to do as much stuff as I can through the app. And so this is through Agent Assist. I think you guys should probably interrupt me, and Matt, you especially, if you want me to go into more or less detail with a particular aspect of what I'm doing. But what I'm going to start with is how I set up my calls the night before or the morning of and schedule them through the calendar. There are probably a lot of people on this call right now that have seen Nicole's training and how to do this, but I'll grab some leads and batch them. So I'm in Agent Assist right now, and I've already grabbed some leads. And so this is the batch button. I'll go back one more quick time here. Here's my calendar. Here's my leads. The cool thing is in the corner of where I need to get to on the Agent Assist thing is also the screen sharing aspect of, there we go, of the Zoom meeting. Okay. Here's a list of leads, and this is in the batch section, so you can select more than one. As long as everybody's with me there, what we're gonna do is hit next after you've selected. Now I'm doing 50 at a time, just to let you know. It takes me between 5 and 10 minutes to find an area, claim leads. I'm skipping things like Dollar General, large banks, those kind of things. And so I'm grabbing 50 leads in an area, and then I'm coming into this batch section and I'm scheduling a call. If I'm going too fast, put your hand up or stop me here. But this is how to batch them into your calendar. I'm also going to select the day that we're going to be making these calls, and I'm going to set these for 12:30. It doesn't allow you to set these in the past, so if you're doing it at 9:30, you can't set them for 9 a.m. in the morning. And once you have those two things set, hit save, and it'll batch those, I don't know, was it 6, 7 leads to call, and then it'll take you back to this batch screen. From here on the phone, if you go to the calendar, now these are the ones that I did this morning, so for my batch from last night. But if we go back to, when did I pick, 12:30? That Springville door and window, Intone's technical service, Bond Meats, these are the ones that I just batched in. Gerwitz, McNeil, Delcon, West Valley Environmental Services. Okay, so this is how I set it up. You can do this the night before, you can do this a week before. And then from here, if you touch one of the leads, I just touched Bond Meats. This is my only sticky part, there we go. It'll bring up the activity. This is not the detail of the lead, it's just the activity of the lead. And if you touch on, for me anyways, on the phone, if you touch on the phone number, it'll take you to your dialer and dial out. Any questions up to this point? Now that's a busy number. I was gonna do it live. That's a busy number, okay? So from here, stay with me here because you can record the activity right from here. This is gonna go back to your calls list. Hit back one time. I'm Droid, I don't know if iPhone looks the same. And then you can complete the activity. So I just touched on complete. Now I'm gonna touch on call result. It's gonna give us choices for what actually happened there. For me, that was a no answer. Done. And now if Nicole was doing this training, I know she would ask me to scroll to the bottom of the screen here and select the next activity for a call tomorrow. I need to be honest with you, I have not been doing this step. It is slowing me down. So instead of selecting a call for tomorrow, I'm simply batching in more calls like I did in the beginning, 50 at a time, okay? But that is call results, batch next activity, and then I'm gonna hit save in the upper right-hand corner. Oh, call with, no. You can see how this slows me down. Matt, sorry. The guy, complete, and save. This will take you back to your, and now Bond Meets, you can see has a check mark next to the activity, and I can go to the next one, Springville Door Meet. Any questions on the technical aspect of what I'm literally doing?
That makes sense.
Nope.
Okay. So how I get to 100 is I try not to have the kids knock on my door, which they've done twice during this literal call. And I just put the blinders on, baby. I'm interested to see if you guys are willing. I'm going a little off script here, boys. Are you willing to share in the chat box how many dials you've made in a day, max, ever? I just kind of want to see what we're looking at here, because I'm also willing to address how someone who hasn't done this number of dials before could get to that point. 100 might seem intimidating, right? Sue, have you ever done 100 dials in a day before to pick on you?
Oh, yes, I did one that was 285 dials in one day.
Rock and roll, that's awesome.
Okay.
It was a very productive day, though. It was a very disturbing day, and Joel had to take me off the ledge.
I'd love to hear that story at some point.
But then on Friday, when it was call center,
Yeah.
I got what was it, 4 or 5 DM appointments scheduled that day?
That's awesome.
The same people back.
Right. So, I mean, I've had days where I've done 1,000 dials in a day. I haven't worked in a call center before, but I've used technology to allow 5 to 10 simultaneous dials at the same time, and then the call drops into my ear when somebody picks up. I anticipate most people are not making that level of dials, especially now through Colonial. So this isn't technology. This is putting the blinders on and just continuing to hit the button. Stand up, don't put your phone down, and just keep hitting the button down through. If you set it up for 50, if you set it up for whatever number it is, if you just go through your calendar, you know when to stop. That's your break. And if you just decide that's what you're going to do, you'll get it done. I know some people probably haven't done that level of, and here's the other thing. You're going to hear yes, you're going to hear no, and you're going to get a lot of no answers. And that, if you haven't decided to finish that list ahead of time, can easily knock you out of the box.
So Nick, your goal right now is 100 a day. Are you batching in and scheduling 50 at a time? Is that how you're doing it?
I'm still doing 50 at a time when I batch. And to tell you the truth, the goal is 500 for the week. I kind of want to finish before Friday at noon. But if I can average 100 a day, that'd give me a nice, I'm taking my kids camping on Saturday, so I kind of want to have Friday afternoon off.
Very nice, very nice. So that, but when you're putting them into the scheduler, it's 50 at a time, and then that's kind of your notice to take a break. Like, hey, I got my 50 done. Now I'm going to take a break and go do something else. And when you come back, you batch another 50, put those in your calendar and schedule those.
That's right.
Very nice.
Nick, how long do you think it actually takes you to realistically get through that first batch of 50?
2.5 hours.
And that's just on average, 50 calls. How many people are you talking to?
I can tell you exactly. Yesterday, I spoke with one of my first 50. I got the green ones are easier for me to see. 3, 6. I got 6 yeses. Please send information. 3 of those were decision makers. I spoke with 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people answered.
16 people out of the 50 answered. And how many DMs did you speak with?
3 DMs, 6 drops, 16 answered calls. I think given this day and age, that's a remarkably high number.
I think it's decently high, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you use another spreadsheet besides Agent Assist, correct?
Yeah, because Agent Assist doesn't give me an overview of what happened. I can only see one at a time, or that little dashboard that says, hey, you made 104 calls. Mm-hmm.
So would you mind sharing your spreadsheet?
Yeah, sure.
All right, very nice. Matt, Nick, thank you very much. Any other questions for Nick before we shut it down?